Alright, welcome back. Last night it was 5 degrees where I'm at, here in Tennessee, and yeah, let's just say the greenhouse got 1 degree above freezing last night, so everything in here is pretty much safe on the upper level. On the bottom level, I have a little thermometer. It got down to 28 degrees. Not enough to kill anything off, but it's enough to, I can see my breath right now. It's enough to cause limping or things to brown or blacken, such as this Monstera. And you can see it's pushing a new leaf. That leaf is still pushing. And the parlor palms, they're all fine. This one is froze solid. But yeah, and these guys, I don't know how these will fare because like they're literally all water. So I'm kind of scared for those. But yeah, I had to move all the orchids that were over here in this area over towards the heat, put them up on that little black bin because I know the lower level gets really cold. So this vanilla orchid probably only got down to 33. Like I said, 1 degree above freezing, and I knew it got that cold in here because that little doohickey back there tells me how cold it gets up here. And then that little white box that you see tells me how cold it gets down there. No damages whatsoever on the top shelf that I can see. Other than, where is it? I saw some damage, where is it? The only thing I noticed on the top level is that the coconut orchids were shriveled, and they were not last night. They were nice and plump. And not only that, but there are some leaves starting to yellow on the orchid. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with last night. However, oh, completely forgot I had an amaryllis. But yeah, I'm like surprised that bromeliad did not take any damage. It probably did, just not showing it yet. Same with a lot of these plants. All of these are fine over here, of course, because these are temperate plants. Except for the sundews in this tray and butterworts, and everything in this tray is not temperate, except for this guy. And yeah, oh, and this one. We don't count that one, and this one. But it's whatever. These orchids, they're fine. They're in the part of the greenhouse that gets the first sunlight, and you can see first sunlight's coming in. It is currently, it's not gonna show, 11:51. So first sunlight's coming in. It's nice and toasty over here in this corner, but over there it is like below 50. It is so cold in here. Probably the coldest it's been in here all year, let's be honest. You can see we do have some frost up here on some things, but not cold enough that the water froze up here, but it was still pretty chilly in here. So just thought I would share with you guys what happened with this quote-unquote Arctic blast last night. And oh, I do have something else to show you guys as well outside of the greenhouse. It's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much everything in the greenhouse. Like I said, everything's fine. The Tycon, I don't know how that's gonna do after this cold. And I'm in the process of moving the vanilla orchid. I ended up snapping off a couple vines, which is a little sad, but it's fine. No Nepenthes froze last night. I don't think they did. This one is very cold, but no freezes. Here's my wide leaf Capensis seedling, and then we have a bunch of different varieties in here. There's the Locale, the Curson Blanc, I don't know how you say it. It's an African Locale. And then the Alba, no damage. Speculata, no damage. Not surprised at all. Paparita, this guy loves the cold. There's no damage really anywhere. Oh, there's a dead picture though. The Cattleya orchids, these guys hate the cold. They did absolutely wonderful down on the ground that I can see. So that's in here. My encyclias, no damage. Cattleyas, no damage. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see for the next few days. Like I said, it got pretty cold, 5 degrees. Here's my sago. Listen to this. And look at that. Nice and green. Now I know this doesn't mean that they won't brown, because they will. There's another one. This one's more mature. Had this one for a few years. I do have one in the ground, and I'll show you that in just a second. These guys were all growing before the cold snap. I mean, all this dead was here, but it had been pushing a new leaf. And of course it's not now. Everything in here is completely frozen. This is where I keep all my water bottles, and this is where I get my rainwater. And I kind of fill everything up with these big old things, and the bottles are for orchid fertilizer, and the big ones are just for rainwater. Over here we have my sago in the ground. You can see my breath. It's still pretty cold out here. It is still 25 degrees out here, believe it or not. And this sago does look like it's taking some damage. I did not cover it. I forgot to. The other ones were next to the greenhouse, so it probably didn't get as cold for that one. This guy's definitely taking some damage. For sure, frozen. And underneath that bucket right there, I have a philodendron, so let's see how that's doing. Not too shabby. Still alive, still kicking. Definitely some frost under there. Holy crap. We're gonna cover this guy back up. And we have a little Opuntia here. This is a prickly pear cactus. And it's doing nice and fine. And we're gonna put the Spanish moss back up here. And it's still green, still good. The pond, it is completely frozen. And it actually got so cold that it ended up overflowing. I have no idea where my fish are. They're in there somewhere.